Hello everyone, this is Peachez from Stay Screamin', and if you came over here from the Saw video, this video will be my thoughts and my review on the movie The Passenger, and it's so good. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna kind of like go through the trailer, break a couple things down, talk about it. I'll give you my review, my thoughts, and yeah, so it's gonna be fun, so keep watching. Alright, here we are. So, The Passenger is with, Kyle Gallner, and, I forget the other guy's name, Johnny Birchtold? I think his first name's Johnny. But they're like the two kind of main characters in this movie. They did a phenomenal job, by the way. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna play little snippets of this trailer, kind of break it down a little bit, talk about it, all that good stuff, and I'll give you my review and my thoughts. I really hope this doesn't get copy striked because I'm up here and we're talking about it, so it's fair use. So yeah, let's start it off and see what we're working with here.
I don't normally get visits from former students.
Okay, so this person, let me go back a little bit, right here. This is Benson. He's the one that's kind of cuckoo a little bit. Also, if you haven't seen this movie, this is gonna be a spoiler review, so if you haven't watched it and have Amazon Prime, it's free on there, go check it out, watch it, and then come back and, watch this. So anyway, yeah, this is Benson. He's my favorite. He's my favorite character from this movie. So we'll give this a little watch.
From former students.
I needed to tell you how sorry I am for.
This is Bradley. Bradley's kind of like the kidnappee. I mean, he's not a kid, so it's kind of like he was adult napped. I don't really know how I would put that into words. But yeah, so it's kind of like the movie's kind of centered around him in a way. And Benson, obviously the other guy, but with him, he doesn't really, take anything from anyone. He kind of just, like, lets anything slide, like, if they talk smack to him, if they, come at him a certain way, he kind of just lets it slide. He's kind of like a doormat for people in the beginning of this movie, but it gets good.
About what happened.
And then, okay, so this is his old elementary school teacher. And he feels like really bad because he feels like he ruined her life. And he's the one that gave her this beautiful eye patch. Also, I love the costumes, like, in this movie, like, what everyone was wearing. It's great. Like, I would wear this in real life. I really would. But anyway, when he was in elementary school, they were doing, like, the football eraser thing. And he ended up taking her eye out with one. So he thought, like, he ruined her life and all that mess, but yeah.
Sorry, let me just answer that. Hello? What? Wait, slow down. Oh my God, that's horrible. Is he...
Everything okay?
Someone just assaulted our vice principal in the parking lot.
Okay, so I definitely want to say something here. In the movie, when, he assaults the president or whatever, he goes back into his car with Bradley, which is the other guy, and, Bradley tries to ask him about, like, what had happened back there, and Benson tells him if he ever talks about that guy again, he'll kill him, basically. So I feel like it doesn't go into depth about, like, what Benson has been through, but it's really cool because I feel like you kind of, throughout the movie, you can kind of pick apart, like, the abuse, the trauma Benson's been through, like, just how his mind works and stuff. It's really good.
No, Benson.
Oh my God!
No,
What are
put it away.
you doing?
This isn't what you want. You know me!
Shout out
Why
Blumhouse.
are you doing this? Because, Randy, I have been watching you for 20 years.
Oh my god, so this guy, basically kind of like bullies him in a way, makes him eat this like nasty ass burger. Excuse my language, but it was like moldy or super dry or burnt or something. And when I was watching that, like when I came into this movie with nothing, like I had no idea what was going on, I was like, Bradley, why are you taking that from him? Because I would have threw that cheeseburger right at his face. But there's a reason.
Years old, and you are already more pathetic than every person in this godforsaken town, and that bugs me. But there's something about you. There's something fixable. I mean, hell, when you were standing there, watching me, waiting for me to kill you.
And I just want to say, like, honestly, same Bradley. Like, if I was in this situation and somebody, like one of my coworkers, came in there, you know, shooting everybody up and stuff, I would probably do the same thing. Stand there and cry. Because I would be, like, shell-shocked. So I don't blame you for standing there and crying and not doing anything, because I'd be like, what if you run out there and he shoots you in the back next? Like, I would just wait for my death, you know? So I feel you on that one.
That was the only thing I believed. And if I'm gonna help you, then I can't have you getting in my way. Because it forces me to hurt you. I need you to work with me, not against me. Don't do this. I'm doing this for your own good.
Benson is, like, psychopathic. I don't know what is good. I feel like, you know, this is my own thoughts, but I feel like Benson kind of had enough. Like, he was fed up with, you know, Bradley taking what Bradley was taking at work. He was fed up with his own life and the things that, like, he was dealing with, whether it was, like, mentally or physically or whatever, because he definitely has some trauma. Like, when you watch this movie, you can tell that Benson has some trauma, and whenever that trauma is brought up to be talked about by, you know, Bradley or whoever, he, like, immediately shuts down. But yeah, so let's finish this.
We square. We're square.
The Passenger. Oh my god, dude. So I have seen this movie 3 times now. It's so good. It's one of my favorite movies. At some point I want to see if it ends up being released on, like, DVD. That way I have, like, an actual physical copy of it, because I like it that much. But it's basically like a psychological horror film. It might be thriller. I don't really know. It's either horror or thriller, so I might have that mixed up, but it's really, really good. I enjoy it. Sometimes when I'm bored, I'll just put this movie on because I love the characters. I love the development between the 2 main characters. But it's basically centered around dead suburbia and how people will kind of stay in their own comfort zone, even years, like for years. And I feel like this movie really showcases that. So if I had to rate it on a scale from 1 to 10 on how much I like it, I would probably give this, I would say, an 8.5 to a 9, only because the only reason I'm taking off those little bit of points is because I wanted to know more about Benson's trauma. Like, I wanted to learn more about, like, why he didn't like the president of that elementary school and why he beat him up. I want to know, like, why his mom is the way he is, or the way she is, and how that shaped, you know, who he ended up being in this. But other than that, this movie's really good, and if you haven't watched it, you should definitely watch it. And the gore in this movie is phenomenal. You don't really get a whole lot of gore, but the gore that you do get is really good. And they kind of throw you in it. I don't feel like this movie's slow paced at all, because in the first 10 to 15 minutes of this movie, Benson, this guy, like, goes on a rampage. So it's really good. So yeah, y'all should definitely check it out if you haven't. I'm not gonna get into like the specifics for this movie because it is semi-new, so a lot of people probably haven't really watched it yet, but if you have Amazon Prime, it's free on there, so definitely check it out. Yeah, it's one of my favorite movies that I've seen in 2023 so far. I don't think it came out in 2023. Let's see. Oh, it did. It did come out in 2023, but I saw it this year, so it's my favorite movie that I've seen in 2024. Sorry. Wow. That was a lot. Yeah, Johnny Birchtold, Kyle Gallner, and Lisa Whale. But yeah, this movie, very good. Gets an A+ for me. So yeah, definitely check it out. Let me know what you guys think. And if you have checked it out and you want to leave a comment telling me your thoughts on this, definitely do that, because I feel like I don't have enough people to talk about when it comes to this movie, but this is a really good movie and I love it. It's one of my favorites. So yeah, definitely after this video, if you've seen it, leave a comment, let me know what y'all thought, if y'all wanted more about Benson, all that kind of stuff. But both actors, Kyle and Johnny, did amazing in this movie. I really enjoyed it. There was a lot of like intense clips, intense scenes, all like this scene where they're in her house after Benson pretty much killed the president of the elementary school. It was intense. But it's very good. It's phenomenal. So yeah, let me know what y'all thought. And I'll see you next time in the next one. I forgot to add this in my little screen share when we went over the trailer, but as always, stay screaming and Horror Peachez is out.